Hello besties, today we are doing a vinyl geode tumbler tutorial. But before then, let me welcome you to our YouTube channel, Misfit Makers Besties. Make sure you follow us on all the social media platforms and don't forget to click that subscribe button. Also check out our Patreon and our website. Okay, let's get started. There's our website, by the way. Okay, so pick out your favorite vinyl. I picked out a floral one from the Glitter Guy. I think this is from the Vinyl Frontier package. And I also have a 24-ounce plum from the Tipsy Magnolia. So we're going to start off by wrapping our tumbler. Just like you would wrap any tumbler with vinyl, I like to draw a line with my architectural ruler just to have a starting point. But if you have a method that works for you, do it, do it, do it. Before I apply my vinyl, I like to kind of get rid of any excess vinyl that I'm working with. Plus, I can save it to use it for other projects. So here I am just making two little lines, and then I'm going to use my paper cutter to trim off the excess. That way we don't have as much material that we're working with and getting all sticky on everything and messing up and blah, 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 you know. So here, as you see, now it fits much better, not a lot of excess. And you guys already know I love applying my vinyl this method. I like to expose a little bit of the sticky on one edge, on the straightest edge, and then line it up with my line that I made. And then we are going to smooth it on to our tumbler using the felt side of the squeegee. That way we don't have any bubbles. If you do get any bubbles, either pop them with your pin pen or smooth them out as good as you can, and it will be nice and smooth and ready. Okay, as you see here, I am trimming my excess here. I just use my architectural ruler again and then peel off, make a nice straight line. And then I do the same with the top and bottom. I use my edge trimmer to do the bottom, and then depending on the top, sometimes I use my edge trimmer, sometimes I just use my exacto blade. If you're using your exacto blade, just make sure to smooth it out really good on that edge. So here it is, all wrapped and ready. Next is picking out your colors. I have Black Cat, Sparkle, the glitter, Sarah's Birthday Blend, and Karen. I try to keep it simple and only do 4 colors, but you can certainly do more or do less. Okay, so the next step is to kind of map out where you're going to do the little squiggly geodes. I like to use my Arteza pin pens, but my white is out. So as you saw there, not pin pens, my acrylic markers, sorry. I like to use my Arteza acrylic markers, but my white is out and need to replace it. So I tried some cheapy one from the $1.25 store, and yeah, it didn't work that great. So I'm gonna have to do a couple of coats on the white just to make sure that it gets through that vinyl. That vinyl's a little dark, so the white kind of didn't work as well with that cheap marker. So anyway, we're gonna move on from this white, but do not fret with the geode. Don't overthink it. Squiggly lines, the squiggly they are, the better they look. Just kind of go with it and let the pen flow. So here you see my Arteza marker is so much more pigmented. Look how nice that is. I actually use the marker to adhere my glitter. So I apply it really, really quick, as you see here, and then I use my glitter to adhere. I use the paint to adhere my glitter, and it sticks perfectly. You just got to make sure it's nice and wet. So keep that in mind. Okay, next with my next color, again, I'm using the pen to adhere. So you want to make sure it's super saturated, super wet. These Arteza markers are great for it. If you don't have markers, you can always use acrylic paint or pop of color also as well. This just makes it super easy. I will say I did do 2 coats on the white. I used Mod Podge. I did a nice thin coat of Mod Podge, and then I glittered on top just like I would to do a second coat. Like I said, my white marker was out, so I had to improvise. But here you see we got 1, 2, 3, 4, just kind of alternating colors. It does not have to be a pattern. You can really do whatever you want. You could do all different colors. I've done a rainbow one, I've done different ones. Just as long as it flows with your vinyl, then easy peasy lemon squeezy. For those bigger sections, like that last section I did, I don't know if you caught that, but I painted in little sections. I did my outline first, and then as you see here, I did my outline, and then I painted with the Arteza acrylic marker a little bit at a time so it wouldn't get dry on me. See, I did a little bit, and then I went ahead and sprinkled it with my glitter, as you see, and then I did another section. Just make sure your sections connect really good so you don't see the little lines, if you know what I mean. So after you have it nice and completed, like I said, you may have to do 2 coats on certain colors depending on how dark your vinyl is, but after you have it, you want to seal it. I sealed it with a clear spray or Mod Podge you can use as well. And then I epoxied it once. I skipped the epoxying process. Here, it already has 1 coat of FastSet epoxy by CCDIY. I cleaned it off, sanded it, cleaned it off again, and also trimmed up the rim. I'm moving it a little bit fast, so I apologize. Next, you want to do the line work. I did several sizes of line work here. This is my very fine tip pen marker. You could also use your acrylic markers, the Arteza ones. You use the same ones, depending how big the tip was. I had a really fine tip. I wish I had a darker or a thicker tip, but as you see here, my silver is a little thicker. You can alternate. It doesn't have to be the same. I feel like if you use different tips and textures and colors, it gives it a little bit more dimension, kind of like a real geode does, you know, it gives it that dimension. Also, I use fine glitter, but you can also use chunky glitter to even give it even more dimension. So after you do your line work, you want to let it dry, and then you want to go ahead and apply another coat of epoxy, and then she is completely done. As you see here, I added a little bit more line work. I just couldn't put it down, but you do you. You don't have to use white or silver. You can use gold. You can use different colors. And this is the final result. I hope this inspired you to make your own vinyl geode. I had a lot of fun making this. I can't wait to use other patterns. But thank you so much for watching my tutorial. I hope it inspired you. Make sure you click that subscribe button, and I will see you next time.